Okay, so the question on the board says, in the reaction between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid, what volume of 0.5 molar sodium hydroxide would exactly neutralize 10 cm³ of 1.25 molar sulfuric acid? And the option is given. It is very simple. Okay, whenever you see a question like this and you see the word neutralization, neutralize, when you see the word neutralize, it means that this is an acid-base reaction question. Okay, so now neutralization reaction is a reaction between an acid and a base to produce salts and water. Okay, so now this reaction is between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Now, to answer this question, first of all, we need an equation for this reaction. It is between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Okay, so when you see a reaction between an acid and a base, it will produce a salt and a water. So the salt that will produce here will be this is liquid, this is aqueous, this is aqueous, and this is aqueous. Okay, so now this equation is not balanced. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to balance the equation. We have a 1 mole of sodium here, but we have 2 mole here. To do that, we balance it by adding 2. Okay, so hydrogen is 2 here. Okay, 2, 4, and hydrogen is 2. Okay, to balance it, we also make hydrogen 2 here. Okay, so now sodium is 2, is balanced. Oxygen is 2 here plus 4 here, that is 6. Oxygen is 4 here plus 2 here, 6. Okay, that's balanced. Hydrogen is 2 here plus 2 here, that is 4. Hydrogen is 2 times 2, 4. Now, after balancing the equation, the next thing we are going to do is to substitute these parameters into a formula as CAVA all over CBVB equals to NA all over NB. Now, our Ca is the concentration of the acid, and our Va is the volume of the acid. Cb is the concentration of the base. Vb is a volume of the base rather. Na is the number of mole of the acid, and Nb is the number of mole of the base. Now, concentration of the acid Ca has been given to us to be 1.25. Okay, volume of the acid has been given to us to be 10 cm³. Okay, then concentration of the base has been given to us molar sodium hydroxide. Remember that our base was sodium hydroxide and the concentration is given to be 0.5 molar sodium hydroxide. Okay, so volume of the base is what we are asked to calculate. Okay, so the number of mole of acid is this. This is our acid. This is our acid, and number of mole here is 1. Okay, number of mole of base here is 2. So invariably our Na is equal to 1 and our Nb is equal to 2. Okay, so we know all these parameters already because it is already given to us in the equation. So what we need to do now is to make Vb, because we are asked what volume of 0.5 molar sodium hydroxide. We are asked to calculate the volume of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so let's make Vb the subject of formula. Very simple. Okay, we do that by CaVa NB all over CB NA. Very simple. Let's do simple substitution. So our Ca here is given to be 1.25. 1.25 okay, times our Va, volume of acid, is 10 cm³. Okay, times Nb, number of mole of the base. Nb here was 2. Okay, divide by Cb, concentration of the base here. Cb was given to be 0.5 times Na, number of mole of the acid here was 1. Okay, so when you press your calculator, 25 times 10 times 2 will give us 25. 25 divided by 0.5 will give us 50 cm³. Alright, that is our answer, and that option is our option E, 50 cm cube option E. It is very simple. First of all, know the topic from which the question comes from. You see how questions like this can be answered without stress. Thank you very much. If you still have more questions on titration related question, do well to drop in the comment section. But meanwhile, click the plus button so that anytime a topic like this, a solution like this, a question and answer question, you will see it and you will follow up. Thank you.